all the times I've known you, you made me wanna be a better man. I'd look into your eyes, the words would pass between us, you'd understand.
All right, tell me your name.
I'm Stacy.
And you're a former foster parent, and now you're an adoptive parent.
Yes.
And tell me what that was like.
Well, my child, I call her Pumpkin. She was 11 days old when she came to live with me, and she and her birth mom were homeless, and they were in a shelter. And due to some situations with her birth mom, she wasn't able to care for her, and so she came to live with me. And it was a roller coaster, because you never know at any time as a foster parent when, DHS may come and take the child and give them back to the birth parent, or even to another foster family or to a family member of the child. And but the way things progressed, I was actually able to adopt her in a very quick period of time. It was only 11 months, which is almost unheard of. And so she's almost 2 now, and it's amazing. She's a wonderful kid.
How old was the birth mother?
She was 27.
Right.
But she had some mental illness that contributed to a lot of her difficulties.
Right. And so she was homeless.
Yes, homeless.
Do you know much about her background other than...
Yeah, actually, I know quite a bit about her background. I don't really want to get into it.
Yeah.
But she was actually adopted herself, and she had fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah.
And I think that probably contributed to a lot of her issues.
Yeah. Speaking more generally, we spoke before off camera at the end of the show about when parental rights aren't terminated, the kind of things that a foster parent goes through, and what kind of struggles does that create?
Well, it's hard for the child, because there's no sense of permanency. They have their foster family, and hopefully where they feel safe and secure, if the way it's supposed to be. I know it's not always like that, but ideally they feel safe and secure with their foster family, and then they may have a weekend visitation with their birth family, and it's they're confused. They have these 2 families, and that no matter what happens with their birth family, they always feel a tie to their mom. And then they come back to their foster family, and there may be a period of adjustment. They may act out or whatever, and it just drags on and on and on. And I think a lot of states give the birth family too many opportunities, and it's really detrimental to the child and I know there are always circumstances where in situations where the birth mom does get her act together, and that is wonderful. I mean, that is, reunification is the goal. But that's not always what's best for the child. And it's just on a case-by-case basis, because you can't generalize that, parental rights should be terminated in such amount of time. Because there are situations where the parents do get their act together, and they deserve to have their child back, and the child is safe with them. But a lot of times it's not. So, I don't know. It's hard, because it's a roller coaster, And I think a lot of families, couples and singles, don't become foster parents because they're scared of that emotional attachment that they're going to make with that child, knowing that child could be taken away and given back to a family that they may or may not feel like is as good a family as they could be.
Yeah.
And so they don't want to risk that emotional hurt. But you have to look at not so much what's best for me, but what's best for that child. And we really need more foster families. I'm single. I was able to become a foster parent as a single person. I think you can in most states. I'm not sure of the laws at all states, but it's really worth that emotional risk to get attached to a child, because you have to look at it as you're loving that child for a season. You may not become that child's parent forever, but you're that child's parent for a season. And if you just pour that love into that child for that period of time, that moment of time that you're given, you're blessed to be given this child to take care of, it will reap rewards.
Do you think that one person can make a difference?
One person can definitely make a difference in at least one person's life. You know, I'm not a foster parent anymore. I didn't continue fostering after I was able to adopt my child. But she is my mission now. She is my life now, and I pour everything I have into her. So, you know, I'm not any angel by any means, but I was able to help this one child, take this one child off the streets. I mean, who knows? She probably wouldn't even be here right now, wouldn't be alive if she hadn't been taken into foster care system. But at the same time, you know, people say, oh, what a lucky child she is. But I think how lucky I am, because she blesses me so much, and so much love that she gives me back. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. Who made a difference in your life?
Well, I have very great parents, and so I feel very blessed that that I had steady, you know, childhood, good parents, brother, you know, very loving family. You've met my families, you know, they're good people, and so you know, I want to pass that on to my daughter, and I surround her with loving friends and family and church members, and she's got a lot of love in her life. Now don't make me cry.
Yeah, she's really cute.
She's a mess.
How has she blessed your life?
Oh, she is spunky, and she's funny, and she likes to snuggle and give kisses and tickle and play tricks on her mama, and it's being a parent is like nothing else. It's just like nothing else.